like to have everybody participate in these trainings, especially the ones that I do, folks, because I want y'all to show up because I'm going to leave y'all better than I found you. But like these things are important right now. Last week we covered business planning clinic. We went step by step through a business plan so we know in 2022 what it is that we want to accomplish and how we're going to do it. And today I'm going to do a goals and vision clinic. I'm going to go through how to set goals. I'm going to show you how to set and accomplish your biggest goals. I'm going to give you a model to follow because this is something that's so important, setting goals, knowing what we want, but having a model to follow. And I've loved experimenting with this process in my lifetime because I like to look at my story and things that I've accomplished like magic, like it wasn't supposed to happen, but it does. Why? Because there's a process that's, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally that I go through to set and accomplish goals. And it's not just sitting on the sideline letting things happen to us. There's magic in what I'm going to share with you today. So rely not on your own understanding as far as how all of these things work, but know that all of these things work. It's little things like planting of a seed, setting of an intention that we're going to do today, that I'm going to give you some tools. In fact, I'm going to give you all a link right now that has access to, and Matthew, you can continue copying and pasting this if you would. But it's a link to a drive that I put together that has several of the resources that we're going to cover today. You can click that link. You can download these resources. These are things that, I have them in front of me all the time. Like here's my goals right here. My greatest hits are right here. These are all tools and templates that you should always be using. So hopefully those are of value to everybody today. And I'm going to show you how to apply those in today's training. Are y'all with me? We fired up today, by the way. Y'all fired up, man. You know why? Right now we're in December. I'm going to share my screen. We are in December. And this is the time to work on the business. This is the time that you want to do these things. This is the time that you want to get ready for that. Give me 1 second here. I want to make sure y'all can see this okay. Zoom, where you at? Can y'all see this okay? You can see my screen?
Yes, looking great.
Yes.
Perfect. Grab a pen and paper. Get ready to take notes. If you have time, you can download those things and you can, print them off if you would like. But regardless, you're going to have time. I'm going to give you some homework today, but I'm going to give you the model now. Because in December, this is the time that we want to be working on the business to get clear with where we want to be next year. Last week, we did a business planning clinic. This week, I want to do a goals and vision clinic to get clear with multiple areas of our life. But I want you to start setting a date in the next few weeks. What is 3-4 weeks? I want you to set aside a day or 2 days to get away. If you're serious about your future, you're serious about your success, you'll go to a place where you can get away from all of the distractions and work on some of these things that we're going to cover today. But know that as we do this, I'm going to get you started. Like I want everybody today to have goals. I want you to all know how to set them. I want you to know really what's next and making sure that you spend the next a day or so on helping get these things implemented. So today I'm going to show you how to set and accomplish your biggest goals. And this is important because we have to have a vision. Without vision, we perish. It's the ability to know what you want. So here's my question. Do you know what you want? You work your butt off every day doing the things that you got to do as an entrepreneur, as a salesperson. My question is why? Why? Why are you here today? You obviously, a lot of you have a burning desire for something. My question is what is a burning desire for what? Just stop and think about that. Here's why I ask that. Because it is amazing to me how many people don't know that answer. It's amazing how many times I didn't know that answer. At times I needed to on my journey. So it's important to always question the vision of the why behind the action. Because when you can do that successfully, it minimizes all of the challenges, the resistance, and the obstacles that you're going to face on obtaining it. Like my vision for my life, y'all, is what I'm living today: freedom. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to obtain freedom, to build skills, to invest my time in the things that I got to invest in, because I know that there's a destination of where I'm going that gives me the freedom. And today I have that freedom. Nobody can take away what I've built. Nobody can take away what the assets that I've created. And that was all done with a vision of having complete freedom, to where my success did not depend on somebody else's success. So are y'all with me? Because to me, there's nothing worse than being held captive of what we want to accomplish. I need the full capacity to become anything that I want to become. And you see, that vision trumps a lot of the challenges that we're going to face on that journey. So here's the question I have for you is where do you want to be? Where are we headed? Like, let's just say this. Let's say today we're successful. And we lay the groundwork for something amazing. And in a year, you've accomplished everything that you wanted to accomplish, that you set out to accomplish. And in that, let's say we're having a conversation. What would have to happen in order for you to consider this year a smashing, life-changing success? I want you to write down some things right now, like just brain dump. Brain dump is something that you should all do. It's something, it gives you permission for it to not be perfect. On this, it's a matter of throwing spaghetti at the wall. This is what goal setting is. It's getting all of our desires, our intentions out of our mind, out on paper, because that's where things start to grow. That's where seeds get planted. That's where the universe becomes aware of what it is that you want. But so many people make this simple mistake of not putting it out there in the physical realm. So I'm always reminded of this. Like, I used to mow grass. I used to have a lawn service as a teenager. And in Missouri, mowing grass is different than Texas. Like, we had to keep lines straight. We had to leave like baseball diamonds, like it looked like a baseball diamond. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. In Texas, it's just grass, we cut it. But like, there's straight lines, there's diagonals. And I was really good at keeping a straight line. And I was really good at teaching people how to do the same. And here's what I would tell them. I'd say, look in the future, see it in the distance, pick a fence post, pick a tree, pick something, a focal point in the distance. Look at that thing and head right towards it. Don't look at where your tires are. Don't look behind you. Don't look up. Don't look down. Don't look sideways. Fix your eyes on the destination of where you're going and just head that mower straight for it. And to the level that you can focus on that is how straight that line will be. And here's what will happen. When you do that, you look straight back and you'll see a straight line. On a machine, because you are focused on the destination. So that's a lot. I look at goal setting a lot like this. It's what is that focal point to you? What's the fence post to you? Where is it you're headed? And in that, you want to simplify it down to one thing. I'll give you an example. In real estate, my fence post was 30 listings a day. One a day. Or, I'm sorry, 30 listings a month. One listing a day. That was my fence post. So it aligned all of my actions towards the destination where I wanted to be. So the fence post isn't 77 things. You see, the 77 goals are accomplished by taking a listing a day. It's big and easy. What's the one thing in the fence post is it's the action, right? It's the thing that we want that is going to lead to that destination. So I would tell you this. Imagine what that fence post is to you. Maybe an EXP agent attraction. I know many of you are focused on that. Maybe it's a certain number. My fence post is one a day. I'm sharing the opportunity with one person every single day. My intention is to get one person every single week to partner with me. That's my fence post. So what is your fence post? Where is it? Where are we headed? Where do we want to be? Because here's why. When you know what your fence post is, there's a gravitational force that will pull you towards it. When you can simplify it down to that one thing, what happens is the universe goes to work in helping you make that thing happen. When you're focused on it every day, when you're clear with what you want, here's what's going to happen. Magic. This is the magic I'm talking about. It's magic. It's amazing. It's amazing who's going to come into your life. It's going to amazing what deals fall right on your lap. It's going to go to work, and you're going to see all of these things because you know what you want. And you're doing the things that are going to get you closer there. But here's the thing here. If you don't know what you want, you're going to be all over the place. Most people are, because they overthink it. They're doing all the work to work towards something, but yet they don't know what they want. I'm going to stop right there and just let you marinate on that. Is that you? Like, are you just working like a hamster on a wheel with not knowing what you want? And that's where we got to get clear. And here's, not only do we need to know everything, we don't need to know everything. We just got to, like I said, we're going to simplify it. And that's what I'm going to help you with today. And here's what will help you as a model. Who do you aspire to be? Is there somebody already accomplishing everything that you want to accomplish? Let me admit, oh, there we go. I think we're all there. Are we all there? Here we go. Okay, they're coming on. Some more people are joining us. Thank y'all. Who's the model? So is there somebody in your life that already has this? Is there somebody in your life that you can model? Here's the thing about modeling that I've learned. There's nobody perfect, okay? Nobody's perfect. You can model me, but you're going to find, I'm not perfect, y'all. You may think I am, but I'm not. Neither are you. Neither are my coaches and mentors. So don't be going to look under my hood and thinking I'm Mr. Perfect. But here's what you can take. You can take a lot of my strengths and model those. You can take a lot of strengths of other people and model that. And so find, as we go through today, there's going to be multiple models that you follow, from a health model to a business model, to a spiritual model, to a lifestyle model. And if you can visualize it through a model, it will help you accomplish it. It'll help you know what you want. And I want to just remind you of this. No matter what happens, you can do, achieve, and accomplish anything you want in life and business. There's no limitation of what you can do. So when you're thinking about that fence post, there's zero limitation. The only limitation that there is the one that you put on yourself. And I say that because I want you to think big. And when you start thinking big, I want you to think bigger. Like, imagine this. In the area of what that looks like, think about it like this. What if it was so big you had to rely on faith in order for it to accomplish it? I like that line. I like making my goals for myself so big that it requires me to have faith to accomplish it. That's why I use the word magic, because to me, it's like magic. But here's the first step, is putting the pen to paper. And this is your first exercise of the Goal and Vision Clinic and things I want you to do this month. Within the next couple of weeks, I want you to do this. I want you to write down 100 things that you want to do or achieve in your life. I want just write down 100 things. From right now to the day the bus stops, what is it that you want to do and achieve on that list? And I want you to throw spaghetti at the wall and to pull 100 things out of your mind. You know what's crazy? Most of you can't write down 10 right now. I'm telling you, that is what I'm talking about. If I said write down, Jacob, write down 10 things that you want to do, achieve, and accomplish in your life by the time you're pushing up daisies, you're going to sit here like this. And you're going to think. And you're going to have to think about every single one of those seeds that you're pulling out. Why do I say that? Because this exercise is so powerful, and it's something that nobody does because they don't know. You may be sitting here thinking, man, 100 things, that's easy. No, it ain't. It is not easy, but that's your first thing. Let me ask y'all something. Does anybody have one thing that they wrote down already? Share. I want to hear some. Give me some feedback.
I have. Hello. This is
Hi, Maria. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
So I have a couple, but become a powerhouse professional. So really an expert in the field of listing and just as an agent, and also become a great speaker and presenter in front of like more than a couple hundred people, become comfortable with that, write a book. Those are some of my top 3.
Yes. Those have been on my list too before.
Yeah, you achieved those.
Yes. And it's just another book, and it just gets more, right? It just gets bigger. Great job. Thanks for sharing. Who else wants to share? Go, Lisa.
Morning.
Lisa?
Afternoon, yeah. The first thing, let me pass.
Oh, you there? Are you thinking? See, thank you. It proves my point, right, Lisa? It's not that easy, is it, coming at 100 things?
Yeah, and when you write them down and and you look at it, reality, and I'm not going to say reality sucks, because reality and feeling like the way that I feel right now is probably one of the most beautiful things that we can experience in life. And it is. But the writing the book is, gosh, I just can't even tell you how many years I've just thought of that. And the other thing too, paying off creditors. Sorry, everybody, I'm sorry.
We love you, Lisa.
And I really want to, and Maria, to your point, God, I just feel you so much. You know what? But I want to make people understand the process when they're listing and when they're buying or when they're coming on board with EXP. I want to be the person who people look at and understand what I'm saying and feel comfortable in where they're at in the process. Because I think that that's one of the things that is, in my opinion, is one of the number 1 reasons why people stop what they're doing, because they don't feel comfortable with whomever's giving them the information. And I want to be that person to make people feel comfortable and know that what they're doing is good for them and right for them. And they know kind of what you just said to us, to be in their presence, that they know that what they're doing is the right path, and it's going to help them and their family in the long run through whatever real estate transaction they are in the middle of or aspire to.
Yes, exactly. And thank you so much, Lisa, for that. And it should touch you. All of these things should touch each and every one of you. This is your life. It's not my life, it's your life. So when you think about what those 100 things are, don't stop at 100. If you're like spitting rhymes and you keep going, man, you're flowing, just keep going. Man, if you can show me 250, I'll be shocked. 500, you setting records. Why do we do this? Because ask and you shall receive. You reap what you sow. These are like biblical principles that don't change, folks. But somewhere along the line, we miss the simplicity in accomplishment and achieving and asking. And so I want you to get in the habit of elementary schoolizing your goal setting. So this is elementary stuff. Just write it down. Plant the seed. You could take this list of 100 things. You could fold it in half. You could put it in a book. Let's say I put it in one of my books behind me. You put it in a book. You go grab that book in 5 years. And you read that list of 100 things. You're going to be blown away at the amount of them that have already been accomplished and the trajectory of the other ones being accomplished. Your life will change. Your life will turn around, and you will have purpose, and you will have and you will experience life to the fullest. So that's your first step. And I want you to remember that life is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay. Just, it's a journey. So don't feel like you got to do all 100 things in the next 90 days. Like I would rather see you stretch your mind out 30 years, 10 years, however you see that, and look at it that way. Because life is a marathon, not a sprint. And so next is we got to set balanced goals. Shifting gears. Now we know we got the list of, and the Dream 100 is what that's called. One of the resources that I put in your chat has that available. You can just download all of those resources and use those as everything I give you today. So what is setting balanced goals? Balance is like, I don't know. It's something that some people feel there is no balance. I believe that there is. But I also know this, that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. I don't want to succeed and not be fulfilled. Sounds empty, doesn't it? Got all these things, all these awards, all this stuff, but maybe there's casualties. Maybe there's collateral damage. It's important to know on this journey that in setting goals, that we got to look at every single area. That's why we get away and we plan our future. That's why I gave you some of you that joined us late, you're going to schedule a day or 2 days to get away and plan your future. If you're married, do it with your spouse. Get away, leave the kids, and plan your future. Do a goal setting retreat. And why is that important? Because if you do that, 2022 will be the best year that you will have. Because most likely, most people don't do this, but when we do, we're able to experience its riches. So setting balanced goals is this. I'm going to give you a template. And this template that I give you here in a bit is going to help you in 9 areas. And I'll give you this. As I get away, here's some big and easy things that I do. And I would encourage you, do a yearly goal retreat every year. That's me and my daughter, by the way, making sandcastles. Why am I there? I was speaking there, and I took my family with me because I like to achieve balance by incorporating family and business in one. And that's what's great about with this model, y'all, especially with EXP, it allows us the vehicle and a model to be able to bring our family in on the journey together. So repurposing time is something that I do to achieve balance. I look at this like a lifestyle. It's not an on or off switch. It's a lifestyle. I pre-plan my vacation so I can get everybody fired up in the family of where we're going next. Like we just got back from Hawaii. We had, months looking forward to that vacation. We all worked our tails off. We all got excited every single day. I do weekly date nights with my spouse because my spouse is obviously that's the most important relationship on earth. So we got to make sure our spouses are happy. If we don't schedule a date night, we're not going to have date nights. So a good thing to do, schedule a date night with your spouse. I do mine every Wednesday. It used to be Friday. Now I have kids. It's easier to do it on Wednesdays. Tomorrow's Wednesday. You can rest assured I'm going on date night. We're going to dinner, maybe a movie. I don't know, but we're going to go do something fun. And maximizing each minute. In achieving balance, it's realizing that there's multiple areas of our life and it's showing up for each one of them. It's not being lazy in each of these areas. It's being intentional with each of these areas. So a word that I would pass on to you is intentional. Become more intentional. Intentional in every conversation, intentional in every day, intentional in every opportunity. Being intentional is a habit that will change your life. My coach, Tony Jerry, taught me that. He's Mr. Intention, this guy. He taught me to be intentional with every single thing. Haas, be intentional with every vacation. Be intentional with every single business meeting. Be intentional with every single date night. Be intentional when you walk in the door from a busy day. See, these are things like this that helps me. I tell myself this all the time, as I tell y'all. This is my real, right? And I keep these are the reminders I remind myself every day. Like every day, I'm just, I'm not Mr. Perfect, but man, I'm going to do all these things I'm telling y'all to do. And I'm going to remember that there's 9 areas of a balanced life. It's not all business. One of the things that I learned here is that whenever I was a young real estate agent, I had a mentor who owned several Keller Williams offices. I was 23 at the time. I remember he goes, Haas, send me your goals. And I remember I was so excited to send him my goals. And I worked hard on them that night. I don't know if I ever really did much goal setting like that before. I put a lot of time in these goals. Man, I wanted to do a lot of things. I'll just boil it down. I wanted to take over the world. And that's what these business goals were. And I remember I emailed them to him. I said, here you go. Here's my goals. And he sends me an email back. And here's all he says. Haas, always remember the Brinks truck doesn't follow the hearse. Like, oh, what? You didn't love those goals? I mean, what do you mean? I'm 23, by the way. I don't have kids at the time. I'm not married. Like, I just want to work. All I want to do is take over the world. But he sends me that one line that says the Brinks truck doesn't follow the hearse. And he taught me how to set balanced goals in life, because you can get away with that for a little bit. But if you don't create the habit of getting goals in multiple areas, then you're going to be lopsided. You're not going to be fulfilled. You're going to be one of those that achieve success, but you're not fulfilled. And remember, that's the ultimate failure. So what we want to do is we want to set goals in each of these areas. And by the way, I give you a goal sheet too, so you have this. Business goals, physical health goals, spiritual goals, education, relationships or family / relationship goals, personal goals, financial goals, lifestyle, and mental / attitude goals. One second. Making you, Matthew, where you at? There we go. I got you, Matthew. All right, so what are these areas? These are the areas we got to keep balance in. If we screw up any of these areas, let me tell you something. You'll be rich and healthy with no friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to be rich and healthy with no friends. That's my thing, y'all, is friends. Like, I have so many friends, but like, I don't have I'm not, hey, come over for dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Like, I got to work on meaningful friendships locally. It's always been my challenge. See, I'm not perfect. All y'all are my friends. You know what I'm saying? But like, wanting to hang out with friends, to me, I'm not, maybe I need to crank that up a little bit. It's always an area that I'm always focused on, because I can just easily hang out with my family, hang out with y'all. Right. So I crush business goals. I'm good at that, man. That's always been my number one area that I set every single year. The younger me would do nothing but set business goals. I would sacrifice my health to achieve those business goals. And now, at a place where I am, I can't do that anymore. See, I didn't know that when the Brinks truck didn't follow the hearse. I didn't know that the physical health part was as important as the business. I didn't know that if I achieve all these things and I don't have any higher power, I'm just out here thinking I'm the world, that I'm not going to be fulfilled. Right. I might, like, the spiritual side, like, to me, that's what jazzes me the most now, is like being able to be grateful for all these things and realizing that there is a purpose, there is a plan, and God does have a plan for my life. And I'm able to see all the things that have happened and came together for this to happen. You see, this is what I want for everybody, is to get to a place where you can look at each of these areas of your life the same way that you look at your business. Because when you do that, you can be amazing at all the other things and say business is the least one for me. I'm going to tell you, you do all the things, your business is going to improve. Everything is going to improve for you. So here's what I want you to do in the next few weeks. I want you to take this sheet, and I put it there in the goal sheet. You have it there in that folder that I shared with you. Download this thing, print it off, and just start throwing spaghetti at the wall. Let's say you get it and you misspelled a word. Who cares? Make this thing sloppy. Okay. And then you can always type it up, type it up, put it in a nice little thing. Like, I always have, here's a sheet here, my goals. Usually, they're laminated. I'll get it. I'll laminate it. I'll take this thing, put it in front of me in the shower, put it in front of me when I'm brushing my teeth, put it underneath the visor in my car, because I want to get these goals in me. So I start to transform. I start to change. I start to know who I am, what I'm becoming, where I'm going, what the fence post is. But this whole thing has to happen. We got to get several goals in each of these areas. I say several. However many lines there are, to me, that's enough. It may even be too much. If you have 30 of these goals per these areas, I'm going to say, really? I mean, that's a lot of detail. Are some of these goals the same? Can we take 3 of these goals and make them one goal? Remember, we want to narrow the focus as much as we can, but don't limit the creative process of you getting it out of you. Because this is you, this is your life, this is your desire. It's in you. I want you to get it out of you, and I want to give you permission to do it however that looks. I'll tell you, when I do this, you can't even read my writing, folks. Okay. You can't. It's like I have journals. Like these journals are full of me brain dumping stuff. Like this is just like right to my right. Like I have these little guys, these journal things. Dude, you can't even read what's in these. You can't read. Why? I just keep them here. I just write, brain dump, just start writing stuff. Well, where do I write? I don't know. Like I'll write one side, then I'll flip it over and then write it on the other side. Getting in the habit of getting it out, I don't know what it is, but that's important. Here's another thing that's important is tracking our progress. Are y'all with me so far? Are we good? Is this helping you? Overwhelming you or exciting you?
We're hyping.
Huh?
I'm in like Flynn. This is great.
You in? Chad, fired up?
Fired up.
Love it, buddy. Good stuff, man. It should fire you up because it's your life. This is what you're going to do. We just get to witness and be a part of it. All right. So here's the deal. Tracking progress. I'm going to give you a tool. It's called a goal tracker. And I want you to complete this. So in this, as you do your goals, there's high leverage activities in each of those areas that will accomplish those goals. I want you to extract the high leverage activities into action. So it would look something like this. Like this is a goal tracker example. So let's say I want to wake up at 6 o'clock. I call it the 6 o'clock club. 30 minutes of exercise, role play scripts. I'm going to make 50 prospecting calls, 1 listing presentation, 5 handwritten notes, journal, read 10 pages, listen to 30 minutes of audio, date night with spouse, pray and meditate, time with kids, spend time at the lake. If I do those things, it accomplishes a lot of the goals that I've talked about on the previous page. And that's the same for you. So you want to, what are the actions that you need to do that will lead to accomplishment of those goals? And this goal tracker will help you. So here's what you do. You come up with the action. I'm going to give you this as an example so you can take it, use it as a model, you come up with your own. But we want to, it's a way for us to track progress. So how many days in that week do you want to, and for this example, look at 6 o'clock club. It's kind of funny, random, isn't it? 4 days. And so let's say you want to wake up 4 days at 6 o'clock. Well, now you're able to track, or I'm sorry, 6 days. I was going to say 4 days is, I fell 2 days short in this example. So this allows you to create the habit for the high leverage activities that will lead to the results. And here's what's cool about this. You can do this with your team. You could do it with your partners. You could do it with with the people that you're attracting. What if you use these tools as a way to attract? I mean, let's sit down with an agent. I guarantee you the agents that you're talking to, they don't have these things done. What if you can help them achieve these things? Now it gives you a model to work from. And that's what I hope that you will do, is take it and leverage it. Next is complete a clarity chart. I'm going to give you this because this is a way to track your numbers from phone dials, your conversations. I love note cards, so I'm always busting out some note cards. You hear that a lot. I think it's a great way to build relationships. In this case, doors knocked, number of leads, hours worked. I'm going to give you this clarity chart as a way to help you track your numbers. If you're not where you are financially in your real estate business and you show me this, oftentimes it shows me why. This is like turning the lights on. This is what I want to do. I just want you to turn the lights on in the business. Turn the lights on in your actions and turn the lights on in your intentions. And that's what this is all about, folks. Okay. So complete the clarity chart. I'm going to throw that in as well in that link so you will have it. Make it visual. Here's what we want to do. Now we took it out of our mind. We put it to pen to paper. How can we visualize it and see it? I want to give you permission to act ridiculous in this department. I've seen some ridiculousness going on in the visual department, like what people do in order to put their goals in front of them. This is actually my hallway in my house. I have a goal board for my whole family. We just slap up goals and accomplishments on this thing. It's even, everything that we got, we just go up there, we put it on there. I have all of my goals, my greatest hits, everything there. The kids put their goals on there. and it's a way to incorporate the family. I think every family in America needs a goal board. True? Be the family that does. Like, be the family that when you do work up, muster the courage to have friends over for dinner, you know, like they see your goal board. They're like, what's this? And it's like, man, thanks for asking. I love talking about my goal board. This is like, you know, every family in America needs a goal board. Like, I mean, and this is what's cool. This is what I like to do. I like to live what I'm teaching so people see it and it inspires them. Like, I saw my coach have a goal board in his house. That's why I have one. I saw it with my own eyes and it blew me away. I remember I've never seen a goal board like his, and his was way more organized than mine, but I saw it for the first time. I'm like, see, that's good. See, now you put it out there. Now you put it in front of everybody. Now we have a whole other level of goal setting. I'm a big fan of core values. This is my house. If you walk down my stairs at my house, these are our family core values. I keep my family core values. It's right there in the stairs. When you walk down the stairs, and in that there's a big blank wasted space. I had a family meeting one time. My family and I, we decided on several core values that we want to live by, that are important to us. And we came up with our own, and those are ours. Y'all can see those. You can take a picture of them, make up your own. Does your family have family core values? See, to me, I think like this. Why would we not have family core values? Like, I think like this. I'm like, and some of you don't have a family, but you'll get there. Remember, you know, there's different levels and layers to all of this. But I'm like, I've been teaching businesses forever, salespeople forever about core values. I've been taught forever about core values. And honestly, it wasn't until that recent that I thought of having family core values. And like, I don't get why we don't have family core values. You see, we got to live it in everything we do. You with me? So everything we do in our business, we got to live it in our relationships. We got to live it in our family. Like, I just got back from a marriage retreat. Why did I go to a marriage retreat? Because I go to real estate retreats. I go to real estate conferences. Like, why would I not go to a spiritual conference? Why would I not go to a physical fitness conference? You see, that type of thinking, y'all, is where we want to be. You know, and all it takes is a little model. Here's another example of somebody that I coached that tracked everything using little pegs. It's all visual. So taking your goals and making them visual is something that will help you achieve them and attain them. I want you to celebrate achievements more often. Look for every opportunity to celebrate achievements. Here's what I mean by this. Like, I want you to, like, think about a real estate transaction. A real estate transaction has many wins. So if I get an offer today, I'm going to be like, yeah, got an offer, fired up, right? I'm going to celebrate it like it's like I'm going to be fired up. Some people would get an offer, be like, well, hadn't closed yet. Don't celebrate yet. You see, I want you to not be that person. I want you to be the person that celebrates everything. And then the inspection happens. You get the inspection report. I want you to get fired up. Yes, roof is good. AC is good. Yes, we're good. We got this. Versus, oh yeah, well, they got to sign off on it. They haven't done that yet. Like, there's all these opportunities and parts in your day, and getting in the habit of celebrating your achievements is going to give you the fuel to keep achieving. So don't be a pessimist when it comes to results and actions and interactions. Be an optimist. Be positive. It will help you get the momentum. Like, of course the deal could fall apart, but why would we even put that out there in the universe? Am I going to write that down? Oh, deal will fall apart. No, we can't think that way. We can't plant those seeds on paper. We can't plant those seeds in our mind. So celebrating achievements is looking for every single opportunity to celebrate everything that you've achieved and accomplished. Here's what another way to look at it. Greatest hits. This is one of the most powerful exercises that I started doing. I love it, actually. It's my favorite part of everything that I do in goal setting and vision. And it's going back in the last year and writing down everything that you've accomplished, achieved, you've experienced, and memories you created. So just here's what you would do. In your goal retreat here, you spend the day or two, you're out there planning your future. You're looking back in the past in the last year going, man, what a year. Whew. What happened? And I go to my calendar and I pull up January. I'm like, well, there you go. I went to Hawaii. Oh my gosh, look, went to Costa Rica. Oh, look, it was Piper's 19th Piper's 9th birthday. Oh, then this happened. I'm looking at my calendar and I'm writing down everything that I did, achieved, accomplished, experienced. I go on through my phone and I pull up my phone all the way to January of last year and I start scrolling and I start writing down. Oh, I forgot. We did the so-and-so birthday party. Oh, Ivy started tennis. Oh, this, and you start recreating these memories. And here's what you do every year: create a Google Doc, put 2021 greatest hits. You can go back, right? But I got one right here from 2016. I just pulled out of my desk. I wrote Listing Boss book, vacation to Missouri, family vacation in Breckenridge, went on a vacation to Texas Hill Country. I saw Travis Tritt at the Cattle Barons Ball, Pat Green concert in Austin at the Nutty Brown, made $2 million, a New York City Inman Conference, family vacation in Destin, went to Missouri for Ty's graduation, went to Missouri for my dad's 65th birthday. You see, I don't even remember all that stuff, but when I read it, I do. And these greatest hits is a way for you to look back on the year and look at all the things that you were able to achieve despite the challenges, despite the lack of money or too much money, despite all of the things that you feel like prevent you from living a rich life. Because here's what I find. When you take the time and you go back to do a greatest hits list in the last year, you're going to find you have so much to be grateful for. And gratitude is a recipe, an important ingredient to this recipe of success. Because if we're not grateful for the things we've already achieved, accomplished, and experienced, then we're not going to, it ain't going to get any better in the next year. We got to look back and say, thank you. As bad as it was, in 2000, on my greatest hits list this year, I'm going to put my wife beat cancer. You know what I'm saying, y'all? She beat cancer. I'm not going to put on there, all the pain and horror and hell that we had to go through to beat cancer. We beat cancer. Out of all of the stress that we had to go through, all of the challenges, the uncertainty, the unknowns, the tears, the emotions, all of that we experienced, beat cancer. Whew. You see, it gives us an opportunity to dust ourselves off, realize what happened, realize what we're living, and move forward in boldness and gratitude. And that's what the greatest hits is. I'm going to give you this list. I want you to take the time to do it. It's in your file that I put there. And I'll just put that in there one more time because I think some of you folks came in late. Let me just put that there. There you go. In that link I just chatted you, you can access all of these resources to help you. And remember, this is simple. You're going to sit down and you're going to go through and do all these things. And you're going to some of you, it will I just got a little emotional talking about my greatest hits next year. I didn't even really think about it until now. I didn't really, but I am, and, looking back and reflecting. So there's going to be a lot of emotions for some of you. And that's okay too. It's okay to get those emotions out, get them on paper, and be grateful for them because life happens for us, not to us. And oftentimes in the road to success, which we are in the business of successful living, people think that it looks like a straight line, and it really does look like the squiggly line on the right. And that's why it's important not to focus when you're in the squiggles, focus on the fence post, because the squiggles aren't important when you're focused on the fence post because the trajectory is success. A lot of people get caught up in the squiggles. Don't get caught up in the squiggles. Pull yourself out of it. Look at your life over a longer term, stretch it out. That helps, by the way, when you can just, instead of reacting to something right now, emotionally, it's right in front of you, just think, stretch it out. And it don't matter. It's not important. Immediately I'm like this. Every time I go stretch it out, I'm like, who gives a damn? That's what we want. We want to be able to look at it the right way. Another way that helps me is I like to look at my life, situations, goals, accomplishments, challenges at a 30,000 foot view. Pull myself out mentally and just look down from 30,000 feet. It minimizes everything. Get out of your own mind, get out of your own body, get in the fence post, and don't worry about the squiggles. So here's your action steps, folks, as I will wrap up here today in the goal setting and vision clinic. Hopefully this helps you. You're going to get away and plan your life and business. I do it every year. And I have for many years, ever since my first mentor, Mr. Jimbo, told me to do that. And it looks a little bit different now with family than it did back when I didn't have family. I'd spend 2, 3 days, 4 days reading books, journaling. I mean, it was intense. Some of you may be at that place, right? That you want to just get away. Take some books with you. What are you going to read? No technology. Don't worry about that. Take the things that, feast your eyes on the future. Feast your eyes on what you got in front of you to be grateful for. Get away, plan your life, and then work the plan. List of 100 things. We already got started on that. I know y'all are already up to about 70. Complete goals, the goal sheet. Write down your vision. I provided you a vision sheet of what that vision looks like. It's the fence post. What's it look like? Make a visual representation. I gave you multiple examples, from printing it off, keep it in front of you, laminating it, goal boards, visual aids, anything like that. Just keep it in front of you as a constant reminder, because here's what's going to happen. We're going to create the habit. I have the habit of this now. It's not like, oh, here I go again, I got to do all this. Like, it's just habit. My favorite part of the year is doing this stuff on this page. It really is. It's my favorite part. I guess is what jazzes me. It's what gets me excited for the new year. It's what gets me thankful for the past year. So you're going to write down all your goals, your greatest hits, and you're going to start tracking it with the clarity chart. If you have a team of people, then what you're going to do is you're going to share it with them. Take this opportunity to work with your team and helping them do these things. Give it as a gift to others. So that, my friends, concludes today's the goal and vision clinic. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I will conclude this recording, but I will stick around. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. I got a few more minutes and we can carry on. So if you have any questions, go ahead, unmute, or you can just type it in the chat. I prefer you to unmute, so I don't have to look for chats, by the way.
Hi, so I have a question for you. When it comes
Tiffany.
when it comes to I'm on a high performing team when it comes to recruiting. Would you say we should be focusing more, like when we're advertising, on the recruiting aspects of things, or should we be speaking more towards listings and sales and on that aspects? What would your suggestion be in that?
Is this the business goals? Is that what you're saying?
What business rules?
Business goals. What I'm thinking is those are going to be business goals. You would have agent attraction goals, and then you would have the business goals in the real estate side. To me, both of those things fall under business goals.
Right. Okay. So that would be your business goals. So as you're recruiting or like wanting to, have other agents join a partner with you, should you be basically promoting both of those at the same time, or should you really be focusing on one over the other? What would you think about that?
I think in agent attraction, it's always important to focus on the relationship. So whatever you can do to reach them, to build the relationship. It's hard to offer to do two things at one time.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you don't want to, like in agent attraction, for example, the best way to do it is offer hey, we're having a goal clinic. I'm inviting a small group to go through and help set goals for the next year. If you want to join us, go here.
That's a good idea.
You see what I'm saying? Now we're bringing value to people. Now we have a reason to have the conversation. And I would tell you, always create a reason to have a conversation. The reason to have a conversation is to not switch brokerages. You with me?
Yes. I'm listening. I'm writing notes down as well. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Great job. Okay, let's keep trucking. Questions, comments, bring it to me. Let's go.
Hey, Haas, could you elaborate a little bit more? Because maybe that went a little bit over my head, that last statement, as far as the recruitment you just said to Tiffany.
On what in particular? Because now it's over my head.
Oh, shoot. Now we both lost it. So if I don't know what I'm talking about.
You said about changing brokers. Is that what you're talking about, Karen?
Yeah. So
it was how you said it.
Yeah. So the agent attraction is a relationship business. You need to find the way to cultivate a relationship. And the way to cultivate a relationship is, hey, are you unhappy with where you are?
Yes. Okay.
See the difference?
Okay.
Versus, hey, Carrie, you want to hop on a 2022 goal planning clinic with a couple top agents and myself?
Yeah, that's way better. Coming from contribution, basically.
Exactly. So and then what you would do is you would be able to have now instantly you have a relationship that is totally different. Instantly, you can talk to this person different than anybody else.
I love that. Thank you, Haas.
And so, you're so welcome. And this is the case for all of you in the agent attraction department. That's the truth. I've tried everything. I mean, trying to automate things. Listen, it all comes down to relationships. And so you want to always find a way to create and facilitate the relationship. I mean, you could just as easily say, Tiffany, hey, I wanted to reach out to you. I got an invitation. I want you to share. I'm partners with Elena Cardone. I want you to see what we're working on. Are you open to at 7:00 tonight? Like, to the right person, that's a way of value. You're facilitating a meeting with an authority. And I'll work more on this too. Hopefully y'all in the next year for all you agents that are doing attraction. I'll help you in any way I can on that in my training. All right, keep trucking. Who else?
Can I say something else, Haas? All right. I just got off with Elena and the 10X Clubhouse, and I stated that I just wanted to build more personable relationship. And instead of farming 500, I want to bring it down more personable to 300. And of course, numbers is always better than to go bigger. So, but that still is one of it means a lot to me, is to build a more personable farm area where I really get to know these people and build these relationships. Because having a conversation with a housekeeper has landed me 3 leads, and I would have never really had that relationship or really gone and dived into that, except for, listening to you and doing your academy. And so that's really a goal of mine, is to get really personable. And yes, I know my name should be all over the place. I should spend it on the billboards and be all the way out there. But to me, it's very important to build personable relationships, because for me, that has gotten me true solid leads and true closing so far.
Rather than a billboard with your face, I'd rather see a billboard with a message.
Yeah.
You see, y'all. So when you think in terms of that right there, it's okay to get a billboard with a message. A billboard with a brand is going to take time and money. A billboard with a message, and the right message, will generate immediate return.
Yeah, and I don't have the billboard money yet, so I really
you don't need a billboard. I've never had a billboard.
People around me, they know I'm the ambassador in real estate around here, and so I just really want to build my neighborhood recognition, I guess. Hey, it's me. Billboard. Hey, Carrie does it. Yes, absolutely, a walking billboard.
That's right.
That's how I'm going to attract more, just by having these relationships. Because if I'm personable with these 300, they're talking to 2-3 more people, I hope, about how wonderful I am.
Here's one line that will help y'all build more relationships. Stand in a line at Kroger today. You can just be standing there at the grocery store. Hey, I was going to ask you, are you from here? Yeah, I do. I've lived here for 25 years. Well, I sell real estate in the area, and I wanted to know, do you know anybody looking to sell a home? I've got so many buyers, and we're looking for listings, people that want to sell. Do you or anybody want to sell? Like that. That's where you want to be. It's having a conversation. That's way better than going, hey, what's your name? Oh, I'm Susie. Oh, here's my business card. If you ever know anybody that wants to buy or sell, will you have them call me? You see the difference? You
Love it.
you facilitate these conversations. You create the reason for the conversations, and that will 10x your return on everything. And the good news is you're in control over it. That's, as I stated from the beginning, freedom. Freedom is in being able to have a message and a conversation that leads to an action, and that just simple awareness of doing it. Just having more conversation. So good stuff. All right, who else? Got a few more minutes. Any questions or comments? You'll be on anything.
Well, this was just phenomenal, super educational, like especially with that creating of the conversation and like being in control and just like really looking for those opportunities in every sphere that you're in, because we're in so many spheres with so many people, and we can really do that like anytime we want to.
That's right. Yeah, and anytime, and y'all control your destiny. You control your future based on the actions. Don't worry about the outcome. Worry about the actions. Set the intention with the outcome, but apply your actions, because you, like I said, you don't know where those deals are going to come from. You can meet that one lady, you could be 10 deals short of your goal for the year, and that one lady that you talked to at Kroger that we just used as an example could own an investment portfolio they're wanting to get rid of. That's what I'm talking about. Like when you get in the game and you operate at that frequency, like those are the things that happen. And then you look back, and the reality is you attracted that lady behind you at that Kroger. You see, now I'm grateful for that awareness versus it just happening spontaneously. And that's where we want to be, living at a different level. And it all comes from these things that we covered today. So with that, y'all, I respect your time, so I'm due on a hard hour. But listen, this is hopefully helpful to all of you. I know how important it is, and each of these things are to you. So do me a favor, do it. Don't let the holidays roll up on you and you have not planned the next year yet. I gave you every tool and resource you need. You go invest the time. And if you have any questions, reach out. I'm here to help you. Y'all, thank y'all so much. Go out there, make it a great week. We love y'all. Thanks for having me. We'll see y'all next week.